Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we cut through the noise to get you the most essential insights. Imagine this. The open road stretching out before you, maybe the scent of pine in the air, sunlight glinting off your handlebars. You're pedaling through landscapes you've only dreamed of. That's the irresistible pull of bike touring, isn't it? It's not just a journey, it's this really intimate exploration, powered entirely by, well, your own two legs and your spirit of adventure.
It truly is. It's such an immersive way to experience the world, moving at a human pace that allows for these remarkable personal discoveries.
Yeah.
You're not just observing from a distance. You're feeling the contours of the land, hearing the local sounds, really living in the moment in a way that just, well, it isn't possible from behind a car window.
Right.
It's where the journey itself really becomes the destination.
Today we're embarking on a deep dive into a very common yet pretty profound question that many of you might be wrestling with, especially if you're thinking about your first multi-day bike tour this summer. Our listener, a beginner touring cyclist with some solid overnight bike camping experience under their belt, is asking us, should I go solo or should I maybe join friends or an organized group? It's that quintessential adventure's fork in the road, isn't it?
It's an absolute pivotal question.
Yeah.
Because this choice, it isn't just about who you ride with. It profoundly shapes every single aspect of your experience.
Right.
Everything from the pace you keep to the people you meet and, even the challenges you overcome. There's no single best answer. Definitely not. But there is undoubtedly a right for you answer tailored to your own aspirations and your comfort level. Our mission today is really to help you vividly understand what each option truly entails.
Okay.
So you can clearly see which path genuinely resonates with your goals for this summer's journey.
And to do that, we've cast a really wide net, haven't we? We've pulled insights from, well, pretty much every corner of the cycling community.
We have.
We've synthesized wisdom from long-form articles, vibrant discussions on online forums, real-time exchanges in Facebook groups, and even those compelling YouTube videos where cyclists share the raw, unfiltered reality of their adventures.
Yeah, those are great.
This deep dive is crafted to give you a true shortcut to being well-informed, dissecting this whole dilemma from all the critical angles. We'll talk safety, social dynamics, how your time gets managed, the financial implications, and, so much more.
Indeed. We've woven together a really rich tapestry of insights, not just to tell you the pros and cons, but to help you mentally step into these scenarios.
Right, to really feel it.
Exactly. We want you to feel what it's like to be out there, totally solo, making every single decision, or, alongside a group, sharing every mile. It's about empowering you to visualize these distinct experiences, making it much easier to align your inner desires with the practical realities of each touring style.
Consider us your navigators, then.
Yeah, consider us your trusted navigators, helping you explore every route before you even pack your panniers.
Okay, let's really unpack the idea of solo bike touring first. When you close your eyes and picture yourself out there completely alone on your bike, what's the first thing that springs to mind?
For so many, it's that pure, unfiltered sensation of freedom.
Freedom.
Imagine this specific moment. You're pedaling down a quiet country lane. The morning sun's warm on your back. The only sound is that rhythmic hum of your tires on the asphalt.
Nice.
Suddenly, off to the side, you catch sight of this tiny, unbelievably charming cafe, its patio just bursting with colorful flowers.
Okay, I can see it.
If you're riding solo, you don't even need to think about it. You can just, turn the handlebars and stop. Instantly.
Right there.
Yeah. There's no need to consult anyone, no quick huddle to debate if the group has time, no checking everyone's watches. You are truly the captain of your own ship.
Total control.
Absolute, complete control over your itinerary, your routes, your pace. It's like holding a universal remote control for your entire trip. You can fast forward through less interesting sections, pause indefinitely for that perfect photo.
Hit pause, yeah. Rewind to revisit a spot that captured your heart or change channels entirely to a new route whenever you want. Like some sources really emphasize, this is the ultimate advantage.
It really is.
You set your own schedule from when you wake up and roll out to when you stop for lunch and how long you linger in that charming village that unexpectedly catches your eye. There's no external clock, only your own internal rhythm guides you.
And this profound freedom, this complete autonomy, it naturally leads directly to another huge and often really transformative advantage: self-reliance and this incredible boost in confidence.
No, okay. Building confidence.
Yeah. Solo touring isn't just a trip. It truly becomes a crucible for personal growth. When you are out there alone, You're compelled to handle every single challenge that comes your way.
Everything.
Everything. Let's set the scene. You're on a long, quiet stretch of remote road, miles from the nearest sign of civilization, and suddenly you hear that heart-sinking hiss of flat tire.
Oh, no, the dreaded flat.
Right. In a group, someone might quickly jump in to offer a hand or, even just moral support.
Sure.
But alone, it's entirely on you. So you'll calmly pull out your tools, maybe remember that YouTube video you watched last week on roadside repairs.
Hopefully you watched one.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And slowly, deliberately, you'll work through it. That triumphant surge of pride and capability you feel as you pump up the newly fixed tire and get back on the road.
Yeah.
That's the raw, unadulterated confidence that solo touring builds.
Yeah.
Channels like Wheels to Wander are filled with these powerful personal accounts from cyclists who recount exactly these kinds of moments, overcoming a mechanical issue, navigating a tricky detour, or finding a safe spot to camp totally independently.
Wow.
They speak of this profound shift in mindset that kind of whispers, if I can conquer this, what else am I truly capable of?
Huh. That's powerful.
This newfound resourcefulness isn't just about getting back on the bike. It spills over into every aspect of your life. You become your own navigator, mechanic, and chief problem solver, not just for the tour, but, beyond.
That sounds incredibly empowering. Yeah, like a real trial by fire that leaves you stronger. Now, it might seem counterintuitive, but what about connecting with others? You'd think going solo would make that harder, right? Maybe lead to isolation.
You'd think so, but often the truth is quite the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, solo travelers are frequently far more approachable. Consider this scenario. You're sitting alone, maybe outside a tiny local grocery store in a new town, just, munching on a banana, recharging.
Okay. Taking a break.
A local resident walks by, sees you, a lone cyclist, perhaps looking a little travel-worn, but clearly independent, and their curiosity is piqued.
I see where this is going.
They might strike up a conversation, offer a spontaneous tip about a fantastic hidden cafe, or even, as countless heartwarming stories shared on places like Reddit reveal, invite you for a meal, or spontaneously offer a warm place to stay for the night.
Wow, really? People do that?
Oh, absolutely. You suddenly become this kind of magnet for unique, authentic connections because you're not enclosed within a pre-existing social bubble.
Right, you're not intimidating as part of a pack.
Exactly. You're seen as an open book, an individual journeying through their world, which can lead to truly memorable organic interactions that might simply not happen if you were part of a larger group.
That's a really interesting perspective. Makes sense.
Precisely. And for many who embark on a solo tour, the most profound draw is maybe that unparalleled opportunity for personal reflection and deep introspection.
The quiet time.
The quiet time. It can truly be a meditative, almost spiritual journey. Just picture those long stretches of quiet road. Sometimes hours pass with nothing but you, your bike, and that rhythmic sound of your pedals propelling you forward.
Just you and your thoughts.
Exactly. This unhurried solitude provides ample time for deep thought, for processing the day's experiences, and for a profound connection with yourself. Cyclists often describe it as a chance to truly unplug from the relentless noise of daily life and just be, to let your thoughts wander, to fully absorb the scenery, and maybe gain clarity on your own life. As you see in videos like Solo Riding and Why I Think It's the Best, many solo riders speak of it as this transformative period of self-discovery, where they find clarity, peace, and a deeper understanding of their own strengths and desires. It's like a unique form of moving meditation.
Moving meditation, I like that. And, okay, from a purely practical, logistical standpoint, there's an undeniable simplicity that comes with going solo. Right?
Oh, absolutely. Streamlined is the word.
Planning must be way easier.
Incredibly streamlined. When you only have one person's needs, preferences, and pace to consider. Imagine sitting down with your map and plotting out your day. You decide the exact distance you want to cover, the specific stops you want to make, what you'll eat and when, and where you'll find lodging.
No committee meetings.
Exactly. All without needing to cross-reference multiple schedules, manage differing energy levels, or try to find a consensus. This absence of coordination complexity makes the entire process so much easier from start to finish. It allows for those spontaneous changes and just a frictionless execution of your personal vision for the ride.
Okay, so those advantages, freedom, confidence, connection, reflection, simplicity, they paint a really compelling, almost romantic picture.
They certainly do, don't they? The freedom, the introspection, the empowerment. It's incredibly appealing. However...
The however.
Yes, the however. Every coin has two sides, and with solo touring, those challenges can be quite significant, particularly for a beginner who might not have extensive experience handling every possible scenario.
Right.
The first, and perhaps most critical consideration, is safety concerns. There's an undeniable increase in vulnerability when you're riding alone, especially if you venture into remote or unfamiliar areas.
Okay, let's visualize that.
Imagine you're on a deserted, winding road, the sun starting to dip below the horizon.
Getting a bit spooky.
Yeah, and suddenly your chain snaps completely. Or you take an unexpected tumble and twist your ankle badly. Without immediate assistance, a seemingly minor mechanical issue or a sprain can rapidly escalate into a serious problem. As articles often highlight, this lack of immediate support is a major concern.
Especially for women, I imagine.
Absolutely. For women in particular, cycling safety guides strongly advise extra precautions. Meticulously researching routes to avoid isolated areas, being extremely cautious with strangers, and always having a robust communication plan.
Makes sense.
You are entirely on your own for any emergency, be it mechanical, medical, or even if you simply feel uneasy or threatened in an unknown town as dusk settles. The weight of being solely responsible for your well-being can be, well, it can be a heavy one.
That real sense of vulnerability, especially when you're in a bind, definitely adds a layer of concern. And then there's the flip side of all that rewarding solitude we discussed earlier.
Loneliness.
Yeah, the potential for genuine loneliness. While solo touring is incredibly rewarding for personal growth, it can indeed lead to profound isolation, especially on longer trips. Picture yourself cycling for days, maybe even weeks, without having a truly meaningful conversation. Or you finally crest this magnificent hill, you see this absolutely breathtaking panoramic view.
Wow, that moment.
And in that moment of awe, you realize there's no one there beside you to share that wow with, no one to high-five or exchange excited gasps with.
Yeah, that shared joy is missing.
That feeling of missing someone to share experiences with or simply to chat with over a meal, it's a very common sentiment you see expressed in numerous Reddit threads, people discussing the challenges of prolonged solitude on tour.
Definitely. It's not about being antisocial. It's simply acknowledging that fundamental human need for connection and shared experience.
Right. It's just we human.
And that potential for isolation can, unfortunately, also compound another significant disadvantage: higher costs.
Ah, the money aspect.
Yeah. Because there are no shared expenses to distribute the financial load, solo touring can be considerably more expensive on a per-day basis.
Okay, paint that picture.
Just imagine having to pay for a full hotel room every single night, or purchasing individual meals at restaurants versus being able to split a larger order or a group meal.
No sharing the pizza.
Exactly. There's no one to share the cost of a large campsite or to divide a taxi fare if you need to bail out of a difficult section of road and hitch a ride to the next town.
Right, those unexpected costs.
This is a consistently recurring theme in financial advice for cyclists. Solo travelers frequently find their daily expenditure significantly higher than if they were part of a group, even if they're really diligent about budgeting.
Every single cost
Falls squarely on your shoulders, from a tube of sunscreen to a full dinner.
So the financial aspect can certainly add up quickly when you're footing the entire bill. And finally, that total self-reliance, while it sounds empowering, can it become overwhelming?
It can transform from daunting to truly overwhelming when something genuinely goes wrong, especially if it's outside your experience.
Like more than just a flat tire.
Yeah, we talked about the flat tire, but let's consider something more serious. What if you take a wrong turn deep in an unfamiliar area with no cell service? Your GPS dies and your backup paper map blows away in the wind.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's bad.
Or you wake up feeling genuinely unwell, maybe with a fever or a debilitating stomach bug, far from any clinic or immediate assistance.
Right. No backup.
There is simply no immediate backup or built-in help system. This complete lack of an inherent support network is highlighted in countless forum discussions as a major concern for beginners. They might not yet possess the deep practical experience or, the crisis management skills to handle every conceivable scenario independently and efficiently.
That paints a very clear picture of the solo journey, both its soaring highs and its challenging lows. Okay, now let's pivot our focus. Let's look at the other side of the coin. Group bike touring.
Okay, the shared adventure.
Yeah. This could involve cycling with a few trusted friends, joining a small organized tour, or maybe even meeting fellow cyclists organically on the road. Here, the emphasis decidedly shifts from solo self-reliance to a shared adventure. And it brings with it a whole new set of advantages, particularly around enhanced safety.
Safety in numbers, that's the immediate thought.
Exactly. Picture yourself navigating a bustling, unfamiliar city street. In a group, you collectively create a larger, more visible presence on the road.
Makes you harder to ignore.
Right, making you less likely to be overlooked by vehicles. If someone gets a flat tire, multiple hands can quickly jump in to offer assistance, sharing tools, expertise.
It's fixed faster.
Gets you back on the road swiftly. And crucially, if there's an accident or a medical emergency, immediate help is right there beside you.
That's huge.
This significantly reduces the risk of theft or harm and provides that instantaneous support in critical situations. Publications often emphasize how group rides are inherently safer, especially for beginners who are still building their road confidence.
Right. You gain this powerful, built-in safety net and sort of a mutual lookout system.
Yeah, like having extra eyes.
That peace of mind, knowing you're not alone if something goes awry, is an incredibly compelling factor for many, especially on longer tours. And speaking of very practical benefits,
Money again.
the money again. Group touring can make your adventure significantly more affordable through shared costs.
How does that play out?
Just imagine this. Splitting a large campsite fee between 4 people, boom, your individual cost is down to a quarter.
Nice.
Or sharing a hotel room with 2 queen beds, making a typically expensive overnight stay much more budget-friendly.
Makes sense.
You can order a few appetizers to share at a restaurant, or divide the cost of a large grocery run, buying in bulk for more savings. Expenses for accommodations, food, even shared transportation if you need to transfer between segments.
They all get split.
They can be split significantly, making that multi-day tour much more accessible financially. This is a very common and popular discussion point in forums about cost-sharing strategies. It shows how much further your touring budget can stretch when you're part of a group.
So the collective financial burden is definitely lighter, which is a huge bonus. And then perhaps the most obvious and often cited advantage.
Companionship.
Yeah, the sheer joy of companionship and social interaction. Group touring offers built-in camaraderie from the moment you start pedaling. Picture lively conversations over dinner after a long, rewarding day of cycling, recounting the day's highlights, the unexpected detours, the challenges you overcame together.
Sharing the stories.
Exactly. Think about cheering each other on up a tough, seemingly endless hill when fatigue starts to set in.
You can do it.
Yeah. Sharing inside jokes, or simply enjoying comfortable silence together, punctuated by shared wow moments at a stunning vista.
Those shared wows are special.
This shared experience creates powerful bonds and lasting memories. As you see in some YouTube videos, cyclists often cite this constant interaction and shared journey as the biggest reason they prefer group travel. It fosters this vibrant social dynamic and a built-in support system that really mitigates any feelings of isolation.
And that shared narrative, that communal energy, it also comes with another invaluable resource. Shared knowledge and support.
Learning from the group.
Definitely. With multiple people in a group, you inherently tap into a collective wisdom pool. Imagine an experienced rider in your group spotting a loose spoke on your wheel before it becomes a serious problem.
Oh, good catch.
Or advising on a clever detour around a particularly challenging or maybe unsafe stretch of road you hadn't anticipated. Group members can share a wealth of knowledge about preferred routes, local customs, essential bike maintenance tips, gear hacks.
The list goes on.
More seasoned riders can provide invaluable guidance to beginners through tricky situations, teaching them everything from how to pack a pannier efficiently to how to navigate through dense traffic. This kind of organic, on-the-go learning from each other is frequently noted in online threads where users swap tips and advice. It transforms a challenge into a learning opportunity for the whole group.
It's like having a mobile masterclass right there on the road. And that collective energy often translates into increased motivation and maybe maintaining a steady pace, too.
Absolutely. I can definitely see how on a day when you might feel like giving up or your legs are just screaming, a group can make all the difference.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. On those tougher days when your personal motivation might wane, a group can truly act as a powerful engine. It helps everyone maintain both motivation and a consistent pace.
How does that work in practice?
Consider a scenario where one person in the group starts to lag behind, feeling the cumulative fatigue. Instead of just pushing through alone, they have others gently encouraging them.
Giving them a little boost.
Maybe even offering to carry some of their gear for a stretch, effectively pulling them along. Or when the group is collectively tackling a long, arduous climb, there's this tangible shared energy that keeps everyone pushing forward when individual resolve might falter.
I can picture that.
This dynamic is frequently discussed in cycling training articles for longer tours. They highlight how the group's energy can really push everyone to achieve more together than they might have accomplished individually. It's like a collective surge of willpower.
Okay, those social and practical benefits, safety, cost, companionship, shared knowledge, motivation, they sound incredibly appealing, especially for someone new to multi-day tours.
Those really are.
Having that built-in support system and shared energy can truly transform the experience, make it far less daunting. However,
Here comes the other side again.
yep, the inevitable trade-offs. It's important to acknowledge that the shared journey comes with its own set of challenges, particularly around individual autonomy. The most significant of these is often less flexibility.
The compromise factor.
Exactly. Group decisions, by their very nature, limit individual freedom over routes, the overall pace, and those spontaneous stops. Imagine wanting to spend an extra hour at a breathtaking scenic overlook, just soaking it all in.
Lost in the moment.
But the group has a schedule to keep and needs to move on. Or perhaps you feel particularly energetic one day and want to cover more miles, but the group's pace is slower than you'd prefer.
Yeah, that can be frustrating.
This constant need to adhere to a predetermined schedule or group consensus can feel quite restrictive. You see this highlighted in articles where cyclists talk about feeling constrained by group needs and missing that freedom to just follow their own whims.
And where there are multiple personalities and individual preferences involved, well, there's always the inherent potential for conflicts.
Uh-oh, group drama.
It can happen. Differences in personalities, varying riding styles, or even just different daily habits and expectations can easily lead to disagreements, tension, or even full-blown friction within the group.
Can you give an example?
Picture this. One person in the group is a firm believer in a super early start, like crack of dawn, to beat the heat,
The early bird?
while another absolutely cherishes a leisurely lie-in and a slow morning coffee.
The night owl, relatively speaking.
Right. Or perhaps there are differing opinions on where to eat, what kind of food to seek out, or how far to ride each day. This leads to constant negotiations.
That's exhausting.
These seemingly small variances are common points of friction highlighted in many forum discussions. Varying preferences and unstated expectations can sometimes cause significant stress within the group. It necessitates this constant process of finding compromise, which, as anyone who has traveled with others knows, is not always easy or seamless.
That need for continuous compromise sounds like it could definitely add a layer of mental fatigue to what's supposed to be an enjoyable adventure. And then, beyond personality clashes, there are the logistical challenges, right?
Oh yes. Coordinating schedules, paces, preferences among multiple people. It can be surprisingly complex and time-consuming.
Walk us through what that actually looks like on the road.
Certainly. Imagine the daily difficulty of just getting everyone ready and packed on time each morning, especially if some are more organized or efficient than others.
Waiting around.
A few minutes for one person quickly multiplies into significant delays for the whole group. Or consider the challenge of finding accommodations that can comfortably fit a larger group, especially in smaller, less tourist-oriented towns where options might be limited.
Right. Finding that big enough guest house.
This can mean more time spent on planning and booking, and less time riding or relaxing. YouTube videos discussing group dynamics often highlight precisely how issues like punctuality, varying energy levels, and timing for meals or stops can become persistent issues.
Yeah.
It can turn what should be a smooth, shared journey into a series of mini negotiations and sometimes, frankly, frustrating compromises. It adds this layer of complexity to the planning and execution that solo riders simply don't have to contend with.
So it's not just about getting along, it's also about the sheer mechanics of organizing multiple individuals. And finally, there's a certain dependence on others that comes with group touring, which could be good or bad.
Indeed, it's a double-edged sword. While interdependence offers robust support, it also means that the overall success and enjoyment of the trip can heavily depend on the reliability, preparedness, and cooperation of all group members.
Okay, give me the downside scenario.
Imagine one member consistently being unprepared, Maybe they haven't properly maintained their bike, or they're constantly running out of essential supplies like water or snacks.
Holding the group back.
Or perhaps someone is perpetually lagging behind, unable or unwilling to maintain the agreed-upon pace, thereby affecting everyone else's experience and potentially jeopardizing the day's schedule.
Right.
If a group member falls seriously ill or has a significant mechanical issue they can't handle, the entire group's itinerary might need to be altered or even paused. This point is frequently raised in personal accounts online, where the critical importance of finding genuinely compatible travel companions is often emphasized.
Choose your friends wisely.
Exactly. You truly are all in it together, for better or worse, and one weak link can impact the entire chain.
Wow, okay. Now that we've really delved into both sides of the coin, the exhilarating independence of solo travel and the supportive camaraderie of group adventures, let's zoom in. Let's compare the specific aspects our listener asked about side by side to give you a crystal clear picture.
Let's lay it out, point by point.
First,
Safety.
Okay.
When you're touring solo, the risk profile is inherently higher, especially if you find yourself in remote, unfamiliar, or poorly serviced areas. You simply must be completely self-sufficient and prepared for anything.
Picture that vulnerability.
Exactly. Picture the vulnerability of being utterly alone if a serious emergency strikes a bad fall, sudden illness, major mechanical failure. And it's absolutely critical to remember, especially for women, that guides strongly advise extra precautions. Meticulous route research to avoid isolated areas, extreme caution with strangers, always having a robust emergency plan.
Got it. And group safety.
Significantly enhanced, purely due to the power of numbers. If an accident or breakdown occurs, immediate help is right there beside you. Multiple hands for repairs, multiple voices to call for help. Groups also present a less inviting target for thieves.
Feel the comfort.
Exactly. Feel the comfort of knowing that extra pair of eyes is looking out and help is immediately available, whether it's for a quick bike fix or something more serious.
Okay, next, social behavior.
Right. Solo rider. Paradoxically, you often become a magnet for human connection. You're inherently more approachable to locals and other travelers because you appear open and unattached.
The curious local scenario.
You might find yourself invited for a spontaneous meal or engaging in deep, unexpected conversations you wouldn't otherwise have. Visualize yourself as that beacon of curiosity. But
Flip side.
the flip side, as solo travelers mentioned in videos, is you might miss out on those sustained, day-after-day deep conversations and shared memories with consistent companions.
And the group?
With a group, you have built-in companionship, a constant stream of shared experiences. Picture the vibrant banter, the shared laughter, the comfort of familiar faces. But
Another but.
larger groups can sometimes be less approachable to locals. You might find fewer opportunities for those unique one-on-one interactions with strangers because you're already in your own social bubble.
Right, you're self-contained. Okay, time management.
Solo touring offers unparalleled flexibility. You are the master of your own schedule. Stop exactly when you desire, take spontaneous detours down intriguing side road, linger as long as you want. It's a genuinely personalized experience.
Your day, your terms.
Imagine your entire day unfolding completely on your terms, no consulting needed. In a group, time management demands constant coordination and compromise.
Waiting. Adjusting.
You will likely need to wait for others, adjust your pace to match the slowest rider. This can noticeably slow down decision-making. People lament the clock ticking while waiting, leading to less ground covered or fewer spontaneous moments.
Makes sense. Now, expenses.
Solo, generally more expensive per day, no splitting costs for accommodation, food, transport. Imagine every cost hotel room, every meal falling squarely on your shoulders.
Even if you're frugal.
Even if you're frugal, the per-person cost tends to be higher. Group touring, in stark contrast, offers significant cost sharing.
Picture that shared bill.
Picture how a shared bill for a campsite, a hotel room, a shared meal shrinks dramatically for each person when divided. This makes longer or more comfortable tours much more accessible.
Big difference. Okay, finally, those other aspects. Learning and mental emotional impact.
Right. For learning and experience, solo touring forces rapid learning, builds immense self-reliance. You'll quickly become highly proficient in navigation, problem-solving, bike maintenance out of sheer necessity.
Trial by fire learning.
Picture yourself facing a challenge alone and finding the inner resources to overcome it, growing exponentially. In a group, the learning curve is often gentler, incredibly beneficial for beginners. You learn directly from experienced riders.
Soaking up knowledge.
Visualize soaking up knowledge from veterans. getting practical tips on everything without the pressure of figuring it all out alone.
And the mental-emotional side.
Solo can be intensely mentally challenging, the solitude, constant decisions, total responsibility. But for those who embrace it, it's often profoundly rewarding, built incredible resilience. Picture overcoming those mental hurdles, self-doubt, fatigue emerging stronger, more self-assured.
Oh, okay.
Group touring, generally more emotionally supportive, built-in cheerleading squad, shared laughter. However,
Here we go.
it involves managing complex group dynamics, navigating different personalities, preferences, occasional tensions. That adds a different kind of mental challenge.
Right. Navigating people versus navigating the road. That side-by-side comparison really crystallizes the distinctions. Now, to make this even more tangible for you, our listener, let's hear directly from the cycling community itself. We've gathered insights from people who've actually done it, articles, forums, amazing YouTube channels. What do the writers consistently say?
Well, looking at articles and online forums, there's a strong, consistent vibe. Solo touring is almost universally championed by those who really value independence, crave that deep self-discovery, and genuinely enjoy their own company.
The introverts, maybe? Or just the fiercely independent?
Could be both.
Yeah.
Many experienced cyclists emphasize it as this unparalleled way to build deep confidence, gain a richer understanding of yourself. But these same voices are quick to stress. Solo adventuring absolutely demands meticulous planning, a high degree of self-sufficiency, and a superior level of preparedness for things going wrong.
So not something to jump into lightly.
Definitely not. On the flip side, group touring is frequently recommended as the ideal starting point for beginners or for anyone whose main motivation is social interaction and shared experiences.
With safer entry point.
Exactly. It's widely viewed as a much safer, more accessible entry into multi-day touring. It offers not just physical security, but also those invaluable learning opportunities. You'll often find writers on Reddit saying that while the solitude of solo can sometimes feel lonely, group rides can conversely feel restrictive due to that constant need for consensus and compromise.
So it really is about what you personally prioritize.
It truly is about what kind of experience you're actively seeking.
What about the visual stories? Those YouTube videos must really bring it to life.
Oh, they absolutely do. YouTube is just a goldmine for these real-world narratives. Videos like bike touring solo or in a group offer incredibly candid first-hand accounts directly from cyclists who've done both extensively.
What do they say?
You'll hear them passionately highlight that unparalleled freedom they feel when solo stopping on a whim, changing plans spontaneously. But then they'll also articulate their deep appreciation for the safety net, the shared laughter, the social buzz that group touring provides.
Being both sides.
Exactly. Channels like Wheels to Wander or Cycling About often feature these long-term, multi-year tours, meticulously documenting both solo adventures through remote regions and the dynamic moments within a group.
So you see it all unfold.
You get these incredibly valuable, raw, real-world examples of how cyclists pragmatically handle challenges, navigation errors, unexpected weather, logistical hurdles in both scenarios. And then you have videos like Solo Riding and Why I Think It's the Best, which offer this really strong, almost philosophical case for solo touring, emphasizing the profound personal growth, the intense freedom and achievement.
You can really feel their passion.
When you watch these, you can truly feel the conviction, the deep satisfaction in their voices. It's like getting a mini documentary to guide your own decision.
It's like getting a virtual test ride of both options. And what about those online communities, the digital campfires where cyclists gather? What can our listener learn there?
Those communities are absolutely invaluable resources. Platforms like warmshowers.org and Reddit's RB Cycle Touring are key. On Warm Showers, for instance, that global hospitality network users openly share varied experiences with both solo and group touring.
What's the focus there?
They frequently highlight the critical importance of finding truly compatible travel companions if you opt for a group ride. They underscore how personality clashes or differing expectations can really impact the enjoyment. Communication and shared values are key themes.
Makes sense. And Reddit.
Reddit threads on Cycle Touring are incredibly active hubs, buzzing with discussions right now, mid-2025. Cyclists from all over share preferences. You find passionate posts detailing why someone unequivocally prefers the absolute freedom of solo, right next to equally enthusiastic arguments for why others thrive on the camaraderie, shared responsibilities, and mutual support of group rides.
So lots of different perspectives.
They provide a real, unfiltered glimpse into the diverse experiences and philosophies shaping bike touring. You get practical advice and this great sense of shared journey.
Okay, so with all these rich insights, all these vivid mental pictures we've painted, How does our beginner cyclist remember some overnight experience, but new to multi-day? How do they make the best decision for their unique summer adventure? Let's get practical.
Let's get down to the practicalities.
Okay.
For a beginner like you, listening now with some overnight camping experience but new to longer tours, we strongly recommend considering starting with a group tour
Why start there?
because it provides a significantly safer, more supportive, and frankly, much less intimidating introduction to the world of multi-day bike touring.
Okay.
You'll benefit immensely from shared knowledge. Think of all those tips and tricks from seasoned riders, enhanced safety, that reassuring feeling someone's got your back, and the invaluable opportunity to learn practical skills in real time.
How do you find a good beginner group tour?
A fantastic practical tip is to look specifically for organized group tours designed for beginners. Check local bike shops, touring associations, or online adventure travel companies. These tours often come with built-in support vehicles, guided routes, pre-planned accommodations.
It takes the pressure off.
Exactly. Imagine joining a structured trip where many complex logistics are already handled for you. You can just focus on the joy of riding, soaking in the scenery, building confidence without the burden of constant problem solving. It's like having training wheels for your first big tour.
That sounds like a brilliant way to dip your toes in without feeling overwhelmed. But what if our listeners truly drawn to that solo idea, the introspection, the freedom, despite being a beginner? How can they approach that safely?
Okay, if that call of solo touring truly resonates and you're feeling confident after your overnight rides, here's how to approach it with thoughtful caution and meticulous preparation.
Step 1.
First, don't jump straight into a month-long epic. Start with a much shorter multi-day trip, maybe 3 to 5 days.
The mini adventure.
Exactly. Picture this as a mini adventure. A focused chance to test your comfort level with longer solo rides, gauge your physical and mental stamina, troubleshoot gear issues in a controlled environment, build confidence incrementally.
Okay, smart. Step 2.
Second, commit to crucial safety precautions. Always share your detailed itinerary with a trusted friend or family member back home. Set up daily check-in times. Carry a fully charged phone with GPS, a reliable power bank. And ensure you have not just basic bike repair tools, but the knowledge and practice of how to use them.
Knowing how to use the tools is key.
Crucial. Visualize a perfectly packed backpack, every tool ready, charged phone, your indispensable companions.
And step 3.
Third, consider routes with well-established bike paths or popular cycling areas. Places where you're more likely to encounter other cyclists or people who can offer assistance if needed. It reduces that feeling of complete isolation. Think rail trails, popular touring routes.
Where friendly faces are likely.
Exactly. It offers a subtle layer of reassurance.
I really love that idea of a mini adventure. Sounds empowering and strategic. Now, what if someone wants the best of both worlds? Is there a hybrid approach?
Absolutely. For many, the sweet spot lies in a hybrid approach, mixing solo and group riding.
How does that work?
The idea is really practical. You could start your tour with a group for part of the trip, maybe the first week, or a particularly challenging section. Enjoy the safety, shared costs, companionship.
Get your feet wet with support.
Right. Then, when you feel ready, confidence is high, you've learned the ropes, you can branch out solo for a day or two, or even a different segment of your journey.
Oh, interesting.
This strategy, mentioned often online, lets you truly experience the best of both worlds. Imagine having those shared memories and laughs, knowing you had that initial support. And then, at your discretion, shifting into those quiet, personal moments of introspection and pure freedom on your own.
Tailoring it as you go.
It's a fantastic way to tailor the experience to your evolving comfort and desires throughout the trip.
And finally, we've touched on them throughout, but let's really hammer home the power of online resources.
Oh, they are essential. Leverage them fully. For first-hand accounts, watch YouTube videos like Bike Touring Solo or In a Group. Hear direct experiences. Follow dedicated channels like Wheels to Wander or Cycling About for long-term insights, real-world examples, practical challenges.
And the communities.
And crucially, immerse yourself in online communities like warmshowers.org or Reddit's Arbicycle Touring. These are active, thriving hubs right now in mid-2025. Connect with thousands of cyclists, ask specific questions, gather localized advice, find inspiration. They're unparalleled sources of shared experience and practical tips that can significantly boost your planning and confidence.
What an incredible deep dive through the world of bike touring. We've explored that choosing between solo and group really hinges on what you prioritize most. That absolute, unadulterated freedom and profound personal growth of solo travel. Or the enhanced safety, rich camaraderie, and shared joy that comes with a group adventure. It truly is about weighing those vivid, often transformative experiences we've talked about today.
Ultimately, whether you decide to chart your own path alone, across vast landscapes, or share the miles, the laughter, the challenges with companions by your side, remember that both options offer unique and incredibly powerful rewards.
Right.
It's about aligning your chosen journey, not just with your physical capabilities, but with your deepest desires for adventure and self-discovery. As you meticulously plan your trip this summer, ask yourself this fundamental question.
Okay.
What kind of story do I truly want to tell? Is it one of solitary triumph, where you conquer challenges completely on your own, emerging more resilient than ever? Or is it one of shared discovery, where every breathtaking vista, every unexpected challenge, every hard-earned mile is experienced and celebrated collectively with others?
That's a great question to ponder.
The road is waiting, calling to you, and either way, it promises an unforgettable experience that will stay with you long after the wheels stop turning.
We truly hope this deep dive has helped you feel well-informed, inspired, and incredibly excited for your next great bike touring adventure, whatever form it takes.